Hi everybody, it's me, Pastor Emily, back again for another edition of KV Online. This weekend we have a very special holiday coming up, and it is Father's Day. So happy Father's Day to all of the dads out there. And today we're going to be making a very special craft to honor our dads, and it is a tie-riffic craft. And so this could also be given to a grandpa, it could be given to an uncle, or a special male role model in your life who's really impacted you positively. So all we're gonna need for today's craft is some glue. Just regular old white glue is great. We're gonna need a marker, preferably black or like a darker color, a pencil, some scissors, snip snip, 2 identical buttons. They can be any color that you want. I'm just going with basic white. Going to need a sheet of cardstock. Now this one I've already folded to get ready for our craft today, but it's just a sheet of cardstock. Some colorful scrapbook paper, or you can even use some really nice fabric. And finally, a template for the tie part of our tie-riffic card craft. Now what I did is, this is just paper, and I drew out this outline, I photocopied it onto cardstock, and I cut that out. So now what I have is this lovely little outline here. And the cardstock is just regular old 8.5 by 11 letter size. And this tie is about 3 inches wide by about 6.5 inches long, just to give you some perspective there. Okay, well, I think we can get started. So the best thing to do, because there's going to be some glue involved, is to maybe write your message first. So I'm going to, after you fold your card in half, and it's going to be hamburger style, not hot dog style, which is kind of like this. You're going to do it hamburger style. So right down the middle, and then in the center, I am going to write a special message. So it's going to be to my dad. And I am going to say, you are tie-riffic. I think he'll like that a lot. And then I'm just gonna put a quick Happy Father's Day. I think my dad will get a kick out of that. He loves to joke. And I'm just gonna sign my name at the bottom with love, of course. And Molly. There we go. I have a message. But you can write whatever you want inside. You can even draw a nice picture, just something really special for your dad. So this is the first step where we're going to get out our scissors. Now what I did ahead of time was, when I went to the inside, on the right hand side where you write your message, I took about an inch and a little bit, and I measured it down, and then I drew a line right across the top here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut about an inch down right across this line here. And what this tie is going to end up looking like is actually a nice dress shirt with a tie all wrapped up into a card. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like now. And then you see these couple little dots I've made here, those indicator points, they're going to line right up with this cutout. And I am going to take my scissors and cut all the way to these points, but I'm not going to cut all the way across. I'm going to stop there. And this is going to be a little hard to videotape, but I'm going to do the same thing again on this side. There we go. So what we have here now are two notches in the top that are approximately the same size, but make sure there's a little bit of intact card here. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to close your card, and this becomes the front. So you might be thinking, how on earth is this going to look like a shirt and tie? Well, it's going to come together pretty quickly. First, we're going to do some folding to get the look of our collar. So you're going to grab one tab and fold it over a kind of a 45-degree angle that it looks like this. And then if you can hold your finger with that, you're going to do the same thing on the other side so that they meet in the center. Just like this. And then once you're happy with it, you take your fingers and you fold it down like that. And then you have a lovely little collar like such, and it's going to look like a really nice dress shirt. So now, while we kind of get that oriented, we are going to create our tie. And we are going to just set this out of the way for a moment. And going to grab our nice paper that we're going to use for our design. Now with the template that you've already used, you're going to set that down. And you might need a mom or a dad's help to keep this. Well, no, don't get your dad's help because this is going to be a surprise for your dad. But get your mom's help or your grandma or maybe a big brother or sister. And with one hand, I'm going to kind of keep it in place and I'm just going to trace around. And we're going to get a nice design. Now, it's really helpful to use cardstock for the actual card portion, but if you don't have cardstock, you will be able to use construction paper. It's just going to be a little bit harder to work with. You can use cardboard, or if maybe your parents are really into scrapbooking and things like that, they might have some really nice scrapbooking materials or some colored cardstock. Should make it look really, really nice and vibrant. You can find out from your dad what his favorite color is. I honestly don't even know if my dad has a favorite color, but I don't know, I'm feeling like it's green, but I really don't know. But some of you guys might know, and you can make your dad's shirt and tie in his favorite color, and that would be lovely. Today we're going with more of a blue-green. So you see how I did the tracing? And now we get to take our nice scissors and cut these out. Now these are grown-up scissors, and they are a little bit sharp, so again, you might want the help of a grown-up to get this done. It's a little bit delicate, but you know what? At least they're all straight lines. So do you guys have any plans for this weekend? Are you going to be maybe doing some barbecuing? Do you have a special surprise for your dad? I would love to hear all about it. I actually got to see my family lately, and honestly, it was so wonderful. I live a fair distance away from my parents, so whenever I get to see them, we have so much fun. We've probably eaten too much ice cream, honestly, but it was delicious. And I really wish I could be with him on Father's Day, but I will make sure to give him this card ahead of time so that he knows that I'm thinking about him. Okay, and there we have our beautiful cutout for our tie. I love this design, it's so pretty. So what you need now is this card that we were working on earlier, as well as our tie. So we come back over here. When you have a tie, it doesn't really sit on top of the collar like this. Like, that looks a little bit weird. But if we stick it underneath, that looks a little bit more realistic. So what we can do now is we're gonna take some glue, and first thing we have to do is get the glue on the tie. And I like the way that's positioned, so I'm gonna start with the bottom and do a few little dots. Now remember, with glue, a little goes a long way. Otherwise, it's gonna take a really, really long time to dry. Okay. Those are the first dots. And you can just press down on it a little bit just to get it settled. Oh, there we go. I like it right there. Okay. Let's try the top. Again, just a little dots all the way across, maybe one down here. And just a nice firm press like that. Okay, I think that's gonna stay in place for right now. Ooh, we got a little bit squirting out there, and that is why I have a nice paper towel on hand. If there's any glue that gets all over the place, you can just wipe it up and it looks really good. And now we glue down the collar. So a little dab right here, little dab, and I might need my paper towel again, but that is okay. I am really glad I thought to get this out. When I'm concentrating, sometimes I get a little quiet, so don't worry, I have not fallen asleep. I am just concentrating and trying to get this done. Okay. So that is almost complete. See, we have our tie, we have our collar. All we need to put on now are the buttons. I don't know if your parents wear dress shirts, but I know my dad loves his dress shirts and his ties, so he's really gonna like this. He cannot, I don't think he can go to church without wearing his tie and his dress shirt on Sunday mornings. All right, so these are white. It might be a little bit more fun if you maybe found some ties that maybe match the tie, or not ties, but buttons that matched a little bit. But today it's just white on white. So we're just going to put a little bit of glue again, just a little bit, it's probably plenty. And set it there. Now, when you're working with glue, remember to be patient, because it does take a little bit of time to dry, and if you pick it up before it's ready, you might have a mess on your hands. Okay. I'm going to carefully lift my fingers. And there you have it. So this is just the simple version without any of the extra coloring and stickers and beautiful artwork that you can add to your card. But I'm going to leave it here to sit for probably 10-15 minutes. Then I'm going to check it again and I'm going to see if it's dry. And hey, if it is, then you are ready to give your special card to your dad, your grandpa, to your uncle, or another really special male role model in your life. Well, I really hope you enjoyed this special card demo, and please send me some pictures. Let me know if you enjoyed today. Make sure to comment below, and make sure to visit us on all of our platforms. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and we've got tons of fun activities for you and your family to enjoy. So that's it for me today, and always remember, Jesus loves you, and so do I. Have a great week.